I feel strongly about this because it's so obvious. I mean, this is such an obvious thing to me. Like, it's so clear to me that when this changes, when we have a playoff system in place, that we'll look back at the time we're in now as the dark ages. Like, our kids are going to look at us and they're going to be like, you didn't have a playoffs? Like, what does that even mean? What were those bowls that you had? I mean, it's so ridiculous, and it's such an obvious injustice that's happening that, you know, and I felt this way for a long, long time, and I'm just happy that we're finally doing something about it because, you know, someone has to. I mean, you can't sit around and wait for the discussion to come and go and let them win every year. Every year that goes by without this changing, they win. And I'm tired of them winning. I mean, 80% of the country is on record as saying they want this change. We go around and we film these people, and they're passionate about it. They feel it's unfair, and it is. It's just completely unfair. It's un-American, and it needs to change. It's not really about Boise State. It's not about these schools. This is about people wanting it one way and special interests wanting it another, and the disconnect between the people and the special interest, I mean, that's as aggravating and frustrating and un-American as any of these other issues. So I don't really look at it like, you know, Big Ten, Boise State, like that. I look at it as fight the power. I look at it as power to the people type thing, and, you know, that's why I feel so frustrated. I don't even think it's really necessarily about the issue. I mean, I think everything that we're looking into plays a part of it, but really it's about the people wanting it one way and not being able to change it. And I don't think that, you know, anybody would say that that's the way life should be. As far as like where this stacks up, you know, with healthcare and Iraq and Afghanistan, it's probably somewhere between Iraq and Afghanistan. No, the truth is, I know that this isn't a life or death issue. You know, I know that there are bigger fish to fry in the country, you know, that Obama's dealing with and the government's dealing with, you know, but as far as my problems, this is about as big as they come. Well, my name is Justin Canoe. What am I? I don't even know. Jesus, that's a deep question. I am a filmmaker of sorts, and you know, my mission here is to right a wrong. I mean, my mission is to give the country the gift of a playoff system. I think that, you know, it will bring so much joy to so many people, and if we can look back at what we're starting to do right now as, you know, the beginning of making a difference in this way, then, you know, I'll feel pretty good about what I've accomplished in this life, no matter what I do with the rest of it.
I'm Aaron Parks, and I am a proud alumni of the University of Nebraska. I was born and raised a Cornhusker. To me, you know, having grown up an athlete and, you know, having my father was a basketball coach, and to me, sports has always been about, it's the one place where the best man wins. You know, there's no other deciding factors. It's you go out on the court for 32 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever, and you work your ass off and you try to beat the guy that's across from you. And if you do that, you're rewarded and you win. And I think, you know, that's that in college football, looking at that, it's not decided on the field. It's decided, you know, by sports writers. It's decided by, you know, the coaches who all, I mean, you don't have to look very far to see their vested interest. I hope to make a great documentary, one that makes people think, you know, one that is not just, you know, the average fan, but the people that are in position to change things, give them something to think about. I think the biggest thing that I want to achieve is to take the argument that they're making and put holes in it. You know, just shoot holes into it and say, okay, you're gonna have to come up with a new argument because yours doesn't hold water. It's an absolute microcosm for, you know, the history of America. You know, you have these vested special interests that have power, have, you know, everything that they would desire, and they are doing the best that they can to hold on to that power. And you have the people without the power who are trying to influence and get it for themselves. So I think it's a great, you know, it's definitely a microcosm of the way politics work, the way that business works, the way that, you know, almost everything works. It's about fighting the power.
My name is Alex Emerson, and I'm a UConn football fan. I went to Division III school, and I think having been in that Division III environment, I saw that, you know, a system that did work. Big part of it for me is that I think in America right now is that people feel like the system is getting away from them, that fairness is retreating. And I think that, you know, if we can make a fight, make a good fight in any realm, I think I've done something good, something productive. If I can educate people as to how corporations and big businesses are getting their way and running things, and special interest groups are run amok, I think if I can tell that story and tell it in an effective way, then I've done my job as an American citizen to better educate the people to actually get what the people want. And the people want a national champion that is elected on the field, not in the boardroom. Not in the boardroom. There's a lot of bigger issues on the table, but it's all going to this one big issue of fairness. And the people who are getting their way are not the people who should be getting their way. So I think that you make a fight on any of those angles and you're doing something good. A lot of people care about football. Maybe this football is a catalyst for people finally seeing, hey, wait a minute. There's something wrong here, there's something fishy. There's something under here, and if I can do it with college football, I can do it with something else.